UCL is a great place for a student. You're joining an amazing university with world-leading research, with motivated and bright students from over 140 countries in the world, right in the middle of one of the world's greatest cities. But joining UCL as a student can be a little daunting at first.
Even though I was from London, it was kind of like settling into a completely new environment for me and just living away from home. So it took me quite a while, but the transition was made easier because of my transition mentor.
I know my transition mentors went a lot through referencing, because that's a really big difference from A-level, and how to lay out an essay. Yeah, we did workshops on the best way to do an essay, and that's really helpful as well.
I had weekly meetings with my transition mentor group, which was really nice because it was this group of people that you got to see on a weekly basis, and then you saw them again in lectures and you had friendly faces that you already knew and recognised. And it was also just from a starting point, you can ask your transition mentor what to do around UCL. You can ask them for recommendations based on your personal liking. You know, have they joined the scuba club as well? So that was really nice. We had that from like almost the second day that we arrived. We had our meeting with our transition group.
I met my transition mentor a bit less frequently, I'd say, but I think he was a really good help when we needed him, and he was always available if we ever had a problem. So if he told us that, you know, if you're struggling with this piece of work or anything, you can have a meeting, send me an email, which is always really nice to have someone who's there for you.
When you first arrive at university, you're not sure whether what you're doing is sufficient because it's so different from A-level work, and it's intimidating to read papers and all of the new vocabulary that you have to use. So I met up with my transition mentor several times to look at my tutorial work and for me to go, is this okay? And she was like, yeah, that's fine. So that was reassuring from that point of view, that what I was doing was enough and I was going to be okay.
With any degree, there are loads of people that are academically brilliant on so many different levels, and you just don't know why you're the same age and they know so much more than you. So I really struggled when I first came to university. I didn't know why I was here. I didn't even know how I got in. I was really confused as to why I was amongst such intelligent people, but I think I found my way. I just had to keep trying and not to focus on other people too much, but just to focus on developing myself, which is what I did, and it helped me so much to be much more comfortable and confident in sort of participating in seminars and you know, asking questions in lectures and things like that. So
because my transition mentor was just a year older than me, I feel you could ask more personal things, or things which you might not want to ask a lecturer or anyone in your department, so they're really good for if you had any personal problems. I know people use them a lot.
Having to manage your finances, that kind of stuff was really, really new to me, and I think I struggled a bit at the beginning because you kind of get this lump sum of money and you don't really know what to do with it. My transition mentor was quite helpful in that sense, in terms of how he managed his money, and he could kind of feed that back to me and my group, so we could kind of make sure we didn't just overspend really, really quickly. So
initially I thought London was going to be terrifying, but it's not really. I don't know, I just didn't find it. First of all, it seems daunting. You get your London swagger when you're on the tube and it's peak time. You just suddenly can get through it and you just get used to it.
Yeah, it was good to have someone who's been through it as well, who's been through the same situation as you. So if you are struggling with something, they know what it's like, and they know they can give you advice to help you, and they can tell you, you know, this is natural, and you know, there's an adjustment period. So that was really helpful, I think, for me.
yeah, my mentor took us bowling at the end of term, just at Bloomsbury Lanes, which was really, really good.
My mentor group, we went out for a curry at Brick Lane, I think at the end of term, which was really fun.